let's start. So today we're doing 7.2 linear inequalities in one variable. Okay, self-practice 7.2a. Construct a linear inequality based on each of the following situations. The price RMX of a double-story terrace house is 450,000 and above. Okay, so it could be 450,000 or it could be more than that. So X, so it's A. So X is bigger than or equal to 450,000. Next one. The passing mark of a mathematics test is 50. Okay, so if you have to pass it, you have to be more than or equal to 50. Hajar obtained Y marks and she failed the test, which means that hers is lesser than 50. It doesn't include 50. So this one would be Y is lesser than 50. Okay. If I were to use this one, then this would include 50. So if it did include 50, then she would have passed the test, right? But this one clearly states that she failed the test. So it has to be less than 50, and in this case, it cannot include 50. That's why we use this symbol instead. Next one. The total number of participants, K, of 5 debating teams in each team, if each team cannot have more than 6 people for the competition. Okay, so it cannot have more than 30 people in the entire competition. So the entire competition has K number of people. It cannot have more than 30 people because 5 times 6 is 30 altogether. So it has to be less than or equal to 30. And last one, D. Puan Kalsom has a reward point card that shows 1 point earned for every 5 ringgit spent. Okay, so 1 point is RM5 ringgit spent. She spends Q in total and is eligible to redeem exclusive prizes. Okay, she had to have at least 120 points in order to be eligible for the competition thingy. Okay, so if she had to get 120 points, she would have needed to spend how much? Let's see. So 1 point is from 5 ringgit spent. If she had gotten 120 points, it means that she had spent at least 600 ringgit. Okay, this is the minimum that she had spent. So this one would be Q. Q is more than or equal to at least 600 ringgit that she had spent. Okay, next one. Self-practice 7.2b. Solve each of the following inequalities. Okay, for this one, we only have one unknown, the unknown which is X. So we only want X on this side. We're going to move everything across the border. Okay, this is the border. We're going to leave only X here. If we move 3 across the border, it will become minus, because positive on this side, when you bring it there, it will become negative. So X is bigger than or equal to 7. Okay, 2x smaller than 18. Okay, the rule that if you were to bring a negative number over the other side to be divided, then the symbol would flip over. Okay, so instead of using this one, I'm going to use a flipped symbol because I'm bringing over the negative 2 to be divided on that side. In this case, we are bringing the negative 2 over there to be divided, right? So this one would flip the symbol. This would be negative 2. So this becomes X is bigger than negative 9. Next one for C, we always want the unknown to be on the left-hand side. Yeah. So because X over 3 is smaller than negative 7, so I'm just going to mirror it so that my unknown is on the left. Okay, like this. And then I don't want this 3 over here, so I'm just going to throw it to the other side because it's division here, right? So if I were to bring it across the border, it's going to be a multiplication. So here we'll have negative 21. Next. Okay, so this one again. So this one, 16 minus 5x is smaller than negative 4. So first things first, bring the whole number. And my whole number will be a negative because it's a positive on this side. So when I bring it across the border, it will become a negative. Okay, so this x, oopsie, sorry guys. So this x will become negative 20 over negative 5. But remember just now I said that if you're going to bring a negative number to the other side for division, you're going to have to flip the symbol. So this one will become like, we're going to have to flip the symbol. So this one's going to be like this. Okay, so x is bigger than and equal to 4. Okay, next. Fatima is working part-time as a canned drink seller. She is paid 10 cents for every canned drink sold. She wants to earn at least 20 ringgit an hour. Calculate the number of canned drinks that she needs to sell in an hour in order to achieve her target. Okay, so her sales has to be at least, so more than or equal to 20 ringgit. Okay, but she's only being paid 10 cents per can. So her sales, let me just put RM here. So her sales should be at least 10 cents, right? So she should sell at least 200 cans. Okay, next one. Sadia has 120 in her savings account and she saves 40 ringgit per month. Okay, so her savings has 120 and she saves RM 40 a month. What is her minimum number of months that Sadia has to save her money so that her savings can exceed 500? Okay, so 120 plus 40 ringgit of however many months she would be working so that her savings can exceed 500, which means that it has to be more than or equal to 500. Okay, so now we're looking for the number of months, right? So you can either use X, or if you want to use M to indicate the months, it's also okay, it's also acceptable. Okay, so here will be 40M is greater than or equal to 500 minus 120. We minus 120 because when you bring this 120, which is positive, you bring it across the border. This is the border. If you bring it across the border, it's going to be a negative number. So here we have 40M is greater than or equal to 380. So M is it's 9.5 months. Okay, but 9.5 months is not exactly a month, so you have to give it to the nearest whole number, right? If she were to save only for 9 months, she's not going to reach the amount that she wants, so she has to save for at least 10 months, yeah, because 9.5 is not exactly the right thing we want. It's not a whole number. Next one. A car rental company offers 2 types of rental packages. A, the basic rental payment of 40 and then extra payment of RM8 for every hour of rental. This one, there's no basic rental payment, but it's 15 ringgit for every hour rental. What is the maximum time in hours of a car rental such that package B will be cheaper? Jin, right? Package A, they have a basic rental payment, so 40 ringgit plus the 8 ringgit hourly, and depends on how many hours they're going to rent it for, so this one would be hours. And this side on B, we have 15 ringgit hourly rental. Okay, so we're just going to equate this to see what is the maximum hours that we're going to get that will make them to get the same number, and then we would round it off so that we'll know the maximum. Okay, so here we have 7 hours equals to 40. So H gives us 40 divided by 7. H gives us 5 hours. Okay, so let's check and see whether we get the correct answer, whether this is the actual correct answer. Okay, so for package A, if I were to take it for 5 hours, then it would be 40 plus 8 and 5. This would give us RM 80. Okay, for package B, if I were to take oh, there's no basic payment, right? So this one would just be 15 ringgit times 5, and this will be RM75. Okay, so obviously package B would be more worth it, right? But for example, if I were to take it for 6 hours, okay, this, because initially 5 was our maximum, right? So if let's say we were to take it for 6 hours, then it's going to be, which is 90. So at this point, you see this one is exceeding, this B is exceeding A, right? So the question just now asks us, what is the maximum time in hours of the car rental such that package B will be cheaper? Okay, so the maximum number of hours should be 5 hours. Okay, next one. Solve the following simultaneous linear inequalities. Okay, in this case, there are two inequalities, right? Let's look at A first. We have x plus 2 is bigger than 4 and 4x is bigger than 20. So in this case, we're going to solve those separately. This one's going to be x is bigger than 4 minus 2. X is bigger than 2. This one, x is bigger than 20 over 4. X is bigger than 5. Let's draw our inequality line. This is x. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe a 6, doesn't matter. This one goes to the right. This one also goes to the right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at where the intersection happens. It's here, right? So your final answer is x is bigger than 5. Okay, so for B, we're going to look at x minus 3 smaller than equal to negative 6 and 3x minus 4 smaller than 5. Okay, so here x is smaller than, when you bring this negative 3 over there, it's gonna be plus. So negative 6 plus 3, this one is negative 3, 3x. This one is 5 plus 4, 3x is bigger than 9, x is, smaller, 9 over 3. And this one gives you 3. Okay, so we're going to draw our inequality line. This one's going to be labeled x. Okay, this one goes this way. Oops. Okay, this one goes this way. This one goes this way. Okay, so the overlapping happens from this point forth, the overlapping of these two lines. So your answer would be x is smaller than and equal to 3, negative 3. Okay, because it started from here. Okay, next one for C. 2x plus 3 bigger than 0. So we want only x on this side. So when we move the 3 to the other side, it's going to be a negative 3. This one's going to be x is bigger than negative 3 over 2. Okay, we have another equation here, which is 9x minus 2. Okay, so we're going to move 2 over there. So this one becomes 16 plus 2. X is bigger than 18 over 9. This is 2. Okay, so let's draw our line. Okay, this is x. Okay, so we're using 1.5 because negative 3 over 2 is negative 1.5, yeah? Okay, so x is bigger than negative 3 over 2. We're going to go to the right because it's getting bigger. This one is smaller than and equal to, so we're going to use the solid, this one is going to extend it. Okay, this solid dot is going to move to the left because x is smaller than 2. Okay, so this one's going to go this way all the way to infinity and beyond. Okay, so we're going to look at where the overlapping happens. Okay, it starts here up until here. Okay, so this is where the line overlaps, which means our final answer is x is smaller than or equal to 2 and it's bigger than negative 1.5. Okay, next one, 5x minus 3, 4x plus 6. Okay, so we're just gonna do the same thing here. We're just gonna make x the subject first. So here we get 6, so 1.2, 4x minus x, 3 minus 6, 3x is negative 3, 1. Okay, so we're gonna draw, oops, I don't think you guys can see it if I draw it here, so I'm just gonna draw it up here. So draw our line, this is x, okay. So since this one is 1.2, you guys could draw a smaller scale here, but you don't really have to. I guess you could just sketch, because it's just a sketch, it's not a plot. Okay, this one goes this way, because x is bigger than negative 1. This one is somewhere around here. Somewhere around here, it goes this way. So the overlapping happens here. Make sure you guys are using a ruler for this. Okay, so my final answer is x is smaller than 1.2 and bigger than negative 1. So this is the range of the value of x. It could be within these numbers, okay? Last one. I'm not gonna explain this, yeah guys. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, next one. The manager of a clothing store has set some goals for his sales staff. Construct a linear inequality based on the following situations. The minimum total monthly sales of X is 18,000. So A is minimum, yeah, so it has to be more than or equal to 18,000. Next one. At the end of the month, the total time spent in counting the inventory of the store is at most 8 hours, so it cannot go more than 8 hours. So this one is T, this one is less than 8 hours. Okay, the total daily sales H, this one is including 8 hours here. Okay, the total daily sales H must be more than 700, must be more than 700, so it cannot include 700, so this one is more than 700. If Mr. Tan keeps a daily balance of at least 1,200 in his current account, the bank will not impose any service charge to his current account. Represent the situation on a number line of at least. So it has to be this and more. Okay, this one would be X. Next one, B. If X represents Mr. Tan's daily balance, write an inequality that represents the possible values of X when the bank does not impose any service charge to his current account. Okay, so X just has to be more than or equal to 1,200. The salt content in a packet of instant noodles is not more than 800 milligrams. So salt. Okay. It is recommended that the maximum daily salt intake in the food is 2,000. Okay, max salt cannot be more than 2,300. Find the maximum packets of instant noodles that can be consumed such that the total salt intake is 2,300 milligrams. Okay, so 2,300 divided by 800. This gives us 2.875 packets. Let's fix this at 2 packets. Okay. Next, Ganesh has received a restaurant coupon. Ganesh buys a set meal which costs 10 ringgit 50 cents. If m is the price of the second set meal, construct a linear inequality to represent the values of m such that Ganesh can use the coupon. Buy one set and get a second set of the same value or lesser for free. Okay, so m has to be 10.5 or less than 10.5. Okay, next one, represent the inequality by using a number line. So we're going to draw a number line. This is m. Okay, just fix some random values here. Okay, this one is starting here, going to the left because it's getting smaller. Next one. The maximum capacity of a lift is 960 kgs, so it cannot be, okay, the max cannot be more than 960. It's probably going to crash and fall. Assuming that the mass of each boy is 45 kg, find the maximum number of boys. Okay, so 960 divided by 45 kg. Let's see. We have maximum 24 boys at the same time. Okay. Madam Chong's mass is 72 kg. After participating in a fitness program, her mass decreases at a rate of 3 kg per month. Find the minimum number of months that Miss Chung has to participate in the program so that her mass becomes less than 52 kg. Okay, so 72 minus 52, the difference here is 20 kgs. Okay, so if she wants to lose 20 kgs or less, and if in 1 month it's 3 kg, then 20 kg is 20 over 3. So this one was 6.67 months, which means that 6 months won't be enough. She has to fit it up until 7 months. So we're gonna say that she needs at least 7 months so that it goes lesser than 52 kg. So this one we already did it just now, right guys? So I'm just not gonna explain this. I'll just do it and then you guys can check your answers, okay? But try not to copy my answers, yeah? You guys need to do it yourselves. So that's all guys. See you in my next video. Bye bye.